First, I want to note that the inaugural stage at the US Capitol, the primary site of ritual, was big enough yesterday, right? And, you know, it was big enough for Vice President Harris and Justice Sotomayor to have that very important ritual moment. It was big enough for J-Lo speaking Spanish. It was big enough for Lady Gaga's train. It was big enough for Garth Brooks' cowboy hat. But it was also, and more importantly, big enough for Amanda Gorman's path breaking, just truth speaking moment, right? And I was watching the coverage yesterday, and I was really taken aback when I heard an interview with Amanda Gorman on CNN after all was said and done. And she said specifically that when she was preparing her remarks, that she was thinking about re-sanctifying the US Capitol, re-sanctifying the US Capitol after the events of January 6th. And so I'm just in that moment where I'm thinking, how did the US Capitol become big enough for Amanda Gorman in particular, right? So I was thinking about it, and you know, I think that the process of making that stage big enough happened the night before with the candlelight vigil and using the reflection pool and the Lincoln Memorial. I think that the space was made big enough with the placement of flags on the mall itself. I think that the space was made big enough with 3 former presidents speaking in front of the World War II memorial, right? And you know, I think that a lot of the use of space in this instance is COVID related, right? They were making it virtual for everyone to see. But really, it was the words, which I know we're going to talk a lot about today. It was the site, and it was the timing, right? And the last example that I want to bring up was Vice President Harris addressing the nation as vice president, again, in front of the Lincoln Memorial, and drawing our attention to another idea that I think plays into American civil religion, which is American aspiration. And I'm just really eager to unpack that, especially because I think it calibrates American civil religion to bring in the diversity that was on the various stages yesterday, and that it was ready to be made big enough for everything that was happening and everything that has happened. And so I'm very excited to have this conversation. And this is what I was thinking about the sanctification space.